So this video is incredibly niche, so if you feel like a little weirdo punk Christian kid, then stick around. I grew up feeling like I was not the typical Utah Mormon or cookie cutter Mormon. I was a little emo punk kid, and I also loved Jesus, but I didn't know how those two things always went together. And I loved all of the punk music and style and dabbled in many of those genres of music. Anyway, my two favorite bands in high school were Green Day and Blink-182, and the American Idiot album came out, and I memorized every single word of that album. Yes, I'm telling on myself with my age and my experiences. It's fine. I also had several of the Blink-182 albums memorized, all the lyrics. But God reminded me today that He loves my little weirdo punk self, and even as I've matured into my spirituality, I still find myself identifying with being kind of like a alt girl, but also a Mormon girl, kind of like an alt Christian, if you will. But I think I've evolved and grown a lot in my spirituality, but God reminded me today that He loves the journey that I've been on, and He loved the person I was, and He loves the person I'm becoming. And I was in prayer with Him, and He reminded me of two different songs that I love from the band Blink-182, and as Tom DeLonge transitioned into Angels and Airwaves, even his maturity changed. And I don't know, this is niche again, I know, but I was reminded of two different songs. The lyrics that came to my mind were, "Everything has fallen to pieces, earth is dying, help me Jesus." So that's his Blink-182 days. Then Tom DeLonge transitioned into Angels and Airwaves, and the song that came to mind, and these lyrics have always touched my heart. "Do you feel like you've lost everything you can lose? This is it, can you hear me? When you cry, do your tears ever chill up the room, calling out in a moment of need? Do you ever lay awake with a look in the eye, asking God if a wish is too big to deny?" I just love how he's talking about God in both of these songs, but it's just goes from defiant to more humble. And I've seen in my own life my spiritual maturity change. And if you're feeling like you don't fit in, and if you're feeling like you're not a cookie cutter Mormon, join the club. I don't know if anybody identifies as that really deep down. I think even the people that seem like they have it all figured out. My mom used to say, if you think somebody's life is easy, you don't know them very well. So just know deep down, I think we all feel like little weirdos, and we just want to be loved and belong somewhere. And ultimately, we belong with Jesus. He knows us, He knows our hearts, and He loves all of the weird, unique parts of us, and we all have something to bring to the table. Our unique experiences will make somebody else feel like they belong.